Welcome back to Living 757. You know, Quincy and Ashley, sometimes Hampton's roads get super busy with traffic, especially if you want to go to different cities at a specific time, and that leads to a lot of crashes during the year. Today, we are going to learn how to keep yourself and your passengers safe. Let's welcome John Paulson from Huffman and Huffman.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hey, everybody.
How are you? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Yes, we want to talk about crashes because we know that it happens a lot in this day, but what are the cities that would have more dangers in Hampton Roads?
Right, so in terms of fatalities, Virginia Beach comes out on top, and this is based on statistics in 2020. But all the cities are pretty comparable, and that's where we'll be talking today about safe driving.
Yeah, I didn't know that Virginia Beach was on the top of the list.
Now, we all kind of have our routes that we like to take when we're driving, and we all probably also have those roads or intersections that we like to try and avoid, right? Mm-hmm. But what are the roadways and what are the intersections that cause the most crashes within our 7 cities?
Right, so if you guys had to guess, where do you think most crashes occur in Hampton Roads?
Jefferson Avenue and Bland Boulevard.
That's a good guess.
In Portsmouth, there's a deadly intersection of 6 different choices. Somewhere on Airline Boulevard, Portsmouth Boulevard. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we have a lot of cases from there too. Well, the number one's obviously the HRBT.
Okay.
It's something I go through every day, unfortunately. But you already hit on a couple that are top of the list in certain cities. The one in Norfolk is 5 points. I don't know if you guys have ever driven through that intersection.
I believe so, yeah. Yep.
It sounds a lot like the one you're describing in Portsmouth, where 5 different roads come into one traffic system.
Yeah. It's one of the most, it's the craziest feeling when you're at the light and you got to make a left, because is it a left? Is it a slight left? Or is it a U-turn left? And so it just puts you in an awkward position.
And my thought at those intersections is always, who thought this was a good idea? Why?
And then out here on the peninsula, it's definitely Jefferson, both for Newport News and Hampton.
Yes.
We see a lot of accidents on Jefferson.
Wow. So when it comes to accidents, I know a lot of that comes from, lack of defensive driving skills.
Right.
So what type of tips do you have on being a better defensive driver?
Number one is your cell phone, distractions.
Yes.
We also talk about blind spots. We see a lot of accidents of people pulling into lanes beside them without looking first. And then, to me, the number one rule, which I'm going to teach my kids, is keep a safe distance behind the car in front of you. I think so many accidents can be avoided if you just keep that safe distance and give yourself enough time to stop, no matter what occurs in front of you.
Yeah, that's very true, keep the distance. And also, John, when we talk about the 4 stops, like at the stop sign, and it's the 4th way to stop, who goes first?
Me.
Well, if you arrive first, you do.
But sometimes I don't pay attention if someone else arrives first than me. I'm I'm just waiting for them to do the first move.
There was one of those 4-way stops, like a mile from my parents' house when I was learning to drive. And I used to always just wait until everybody else had gone because I didn't know who was supposed to go first. So I just let everyone else go. And then when it was clear, I would go.
That is not a bad thought process, to be honest with you, because nobody knows that rule. I mean, everybody kind of knows, okay, if I arrive first, I get to go first. But
exactly.
Even if you arrive first, that car across from you may have a different idea. So the best thing to think about when you arrive to those is just be super cautious.
And paying attention, yes.
Do not be aggressive. If you can make eye contact with the other drivers, make eye contact, but don't proceed until you know that you're the only car going.
And that's why y'all are the brothers-in-law.
Yes.
Huffman and
Now, thank you so much for all this information, John. We just had your website up at the bottom of the screen. And for all of you watching, if you get into any trouble, make sure you call our friends at Huffman and Huffman. Right. Thanks again, John.
Yes, thank you so much for these great tips.
Okay, thank you.